Hi and welcome to Power Maths. So for today we're going to start off by singing our 5 little men in a flying saucer. 5 little men in a flying saucer flew round the earth one day. They looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so one man flew away. Whoosh! How many? 4. Well done. 4 little men in a flying saucer flew round the earth one day. They looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so one man flew away. Whoosh! How many? 3. Well done. 3 little men in a flying saucer flew round the earth one day. They looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so one man flew away. Whoosh! How many? 2. Well done. 2 little men in a flying saucer flew round the earth one day. They looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so one man flew away. Whoosh! How many now? Just 1. 1 little man in a flying saucer flew round the earth one day. They looked left and right, but they didn't like the sight, so one man flew away. Whoosh! Well done. I do like that song. So yesterday we looked at partitioning our whole number into 2 parts, didn't we? But we've been looking all this week at being able to partition our number by looking at what was on our plate and what was different about them. But what happens if they're all the same or if they're all different? So let me show you. I've got my cherry diagram here and I'm going to move my camera down. So what happens if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4? I've got 4 as my whole, but they're all exactly the same. They're all red. They're all round. So how do I know how to partition it into my 2 parts? It means there's no rules today. It means you can have a play, an experiment with our whole number of working out how many different ways you can make the 2 parts. So let's have a look. So my whole is the 4. What if I move 1 down and then 3 down? What have I got on my 2 parts? I've got 1 and 3, which makes my whole 4. What happens if I move 2 down this time and the rest down this side? I've got 4 as my whole and 2 as my 2 parts. What happens if this time I move 3 down this side? 1, 2, 3, and 1 here. I've got 4 as my whole and 3 and 1 as my parts. What happens if I move all of them down? Whoop, 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 whoop. I've got 4 as the whole and 4 as a part and 0, nothing as a part. Wow! So there's actually lots and lots of different ways how we can partition our 4 into 2 parts. So have a go today at home using your cherry diagram to see if you can work out how many different ways you can partition your whole into 2 parts. Now, once you've done that in your pack, you should be able to find this sheet. And this sheet says break the whole into parts. Now, on my plate, how many have I got as the whole? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 as the whole. So it wants to know how I can break them down. Now, that's exactly what we've been doing on our cherry diagram. So if I were you at home, let me pull this down so you can see it. So this is your sheet for today. I would either have a go yourself or ask a parent to make this into a cherry diagram. So now you've got 4 as the whole and you're going to have a go at drawing your cakes. And it's up to you how you do it. So if I just put my counters on top of my cakes, I could draw 1 cake in one part and 3 cakes in the other part. So my 4 hole creates a 1 and a 3 part. Or I could draw 2 cakes this side and 2 cakes this side. Or I could have a good go at drawing 3 cakes this side and just 1 cake this side. Or I could do 4 cakes on one side and no cakes in the other side. So there's so many different ways today that you can partition your 4 as the whole into 2 different parts. So today's clip is incredibly short, but all I want you to do is have a go at home, making sure you've got 4 and you're thinking about where you can put them in your cherry diagram. So you've got the whole and you're partitioning them into 2 parts. Have a play, see how many different ways you can come up with. Now, you don't have to draw your cakes if you don't want to. You could use your counters on top and take a photo of what you have decided. Now, if you want to have a go, because I know lots of you have been trying really hard with writing your numbers recently. Now, don't worry if you can't. Numbers are tricky. But if you want to, you could have a go at writing your numbers on your sheet. So I would have a go at writing number 4 at the top. And then for my cherry diagram, I have decided that I've got 4 as the whole. I'm going to draw 3 cakes on one part and 1 cake on the other part. So 4 is my whole and 3 and 1 are my 2 parts. I can't wait to decide which one you come up with today. Please share it with me on Class Dojos and have fun. See how many times you can move it around and see how many different times you can work out how to make 4 as the whole. Can't wait to see. Thanks for joining me. Bye.